I don't have space to keep. When I upload to internet, I delete because no space to keep, to record, to save,
Yes.
save video.
I have to do this with my pictures when I get home.
Yeah.
My phone is about full.
Yeah. When I take picture in the class, I put in my Facebook, and you can,
Yes,
Facebook
download.
And we say book, we say backward. You go back to many days before.
Oh, yes, yes.
Because you teach.
What I'm going to do is, we have a server at home. My husband does so much computer work, he actually has many servers at home. So I can take everything from the internet and put it on my server. But right now it's, when I do a lesson, I have to do it either at midnight or at 6 in the morning because of the apartment internet. So after people go to sleep or before they wake up.
Yeah. You share. Think about the room, how much we pay for the room in that different room, but not she not know different room, different price.
But it's okay, no? You're happy.
Yeah,
it's okay.
But we share.
Yeah. Oh, every time we share things all the time, yeah.
One person, I am not sure about one person how much we pay. 300 baht. One person.
2,000 baht.
No, about the room.
ไม่ใช่ห้องเฉย
Guest
Only the
house
room.
room.
You and me?
Yeah.
Oh, 600 baht.
600 baht.
So 300 each?
No
We have
air
three.
condition. Have a fan.
Yeah,
ๆ
fan
มี
room.
เราคนเดียวเหรอ
We have fan room.
อ๋อ
And we have 3 bed. But one person not come. Driver not come. Driver.
Where did he stay?
In the van.
In the van,
ช่าง
okay.
โตอ่ะไปทีไรเขาจะเปิดห้องให้เขาตลอดเลยให้เขานอนสบายไม่ใช่เขาขับให้เราเราเป็นห่วงไงให้กินให้เป็นที่แบบเหมือนช่าง
We reserve
ม่อนนะคะม่อน
the room for him, but he not
แล้ว
come.
ไปกับม่อนกินให้นอนด้วยกินด้วย
Only 2 men sleep. One bed.
วันที่ชื่อทีมไม่ไปใช่ไหมบัตเตอร์ทีมไม่ไปบัตเตอร์ทีมการที่ให้เขาไม่ได้ไป
He was going to come, but we have an office nearby, but our rent, they want the office back, so we have to rent another office.
แล้ว
Yeah, right now we have to, because they didn't tell us in time, so he's looking, he had to stay here because he can sign the papers. So he found one place, but he's not sure, so now he has to, I don't have any idea how much they pay.
น่าจะมีตึกสักห้องให้เขาเช่าเสียดายเนาะก็แถวนี้เลยแหละเสียดายจ้ะบ้านอยู่ไกลกันมาให้เช่า
But the one where they are now has 2 bedrooms, so if somebody wants to stay there,
Four story, right? How many story there?
at least 3. I was on the 3rd floor today. There could be 4
You rent all the building.
all there.
Teacher John told me before, office here, they move somewhere else.
Yes, and they didn't know when, so the owner just told them, and that's why it was such an emergency. That's why Tim couldn't go on the trip. So he found one place, but unfortunately, he has to send the information to Maryknoll in New York, and then they have to say, yes, sign the lease, or no, don't. So he's waiting now. Maybe today.
But the job you come on next month, 8 of March.
Yes.
April, next month, April.
So he's much better.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say.
It's okay in the photo. It's okay. Happy. Maybe the weather there is better than in Thailand. Over there is not so many.
New York?
Yes.
It's snowing a lot in New York right now.
Pollution. อากาศดี
Oh, pollution in, I think the part of New York where he is not so bad. New York City is terrible.
ไม่ได้โนออฟฟิศแดง
But they're not in the big city. They're north, maybe at least half an hour from New York City. So they're by the water, a small town, much better, much better. New York's terrible. I mean, it's fun to visit for a day or two, but way too many people, way too many cars.
Yeah.
And the people who are driving, they don't care if they run over you with the car.
แบงคอกเซนต์แบงคอก
Yeah, yeah,
Very similar.
Have the
Very
same
similar.
problem, big city.
cannot
Many
follow
people,
the
many
road
cars.
even the traffic light they don't want to stop
Yeah.
they have to wait until the red
but in New York, they're very rude also. They roll down their windows and yell at you, or they honk their horns.
shoot
Shooting, that's Maryland. Baltimore, yes, crazy people.
You know, a few years I heard from the news, from television,
Mhm.
we heard about the gun school, you know, gun school.
It happened again yesterday in Maryland, in my state, another school.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Yeah.
I didn't hear the whole story. Do you know?
There were, I don't know that they have the cause behind it or anything, but there were 2 people taken to the hospital, I think. But there was a school resource officer who was armed and
He shot the shooter?
Yeah, shot the gunman. So I'll see if I can look it up. But
Mr. Trump wants all the teachers to carry guns now.
Care for children. Children, they don't know anything. You understand?
yeah.
They're innocent.
Yeah. Outside school is okay. They have fighting outside. But children, they don't know. What happened to children? Something happened.
It's
They,
A lot of times it's other children
Yeah.
that are doing the.
you have 4 children, you be careful.
So, 2 students were injured when another student opened fire at Great Mills High School in St. Mary's County, Maryland,
oh, St. Mary's.
according to the local sheriff. The shooter, identified by the sheriff as 17-year-old Austin Wyatt Rollins, was confirmed dead after being taken to a hospital.
So St. Mary's County, where this shooting took place, very nice, not many people, countryside, on the water, very peaceful place. So what on earth?
So, a male student produced a handgun and fired around, wounding a female student and another male student in a hallway at Great Mills High School just before classes began about 7:55 a.m. Tuesday.
Nobody
The
died.
sheriff told reporters at a news conference. The
The
gunman died.
The man who was the boy who was shooting,
Yeah, 17 years old.
17 years old.
The 2 victims have been taken to local hospitals.
โอ้โหเป็นยาก
The male student, 14, is in stable condition, and the female student, 16, is in intensive care with life-threatening injuries.
Okay, so the girl may die,
It's okay,
the
nobody
boy
dies, okay.
probably be okay, but it doesn't say where they were shot. So if the boy lives, you don't know from this story, will he be able to use his arms, or if he gets shot in the back, he might lose use of his legs. I mean, it's,
So at the time that the school resource officer went to take care of the gunman, I think he shot himself too. So they're not sure.
the gunman shot himself.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, this is common with these shootings in the U.S. that,
buy a gun easier to buy a gun
oh, very easy to buy a gun. Yeah. I mean,
not illegal.
many. No, as long as you have not been in prison for, say, murder, or as long as you haven't been in prison for using a gun in a crime, you can probably get a gun. But legally. They're supposed to check your criminal record to see, have you been arrested and why? Did you go to court and why? But so many people have guns in the United States. And then if your house gets robbed, someone can steal the guns, and then a criminal has the guns again.
17 years is still very young, you know, not so.
They don't think straight. But it's common when someone goes into a place and kills a lot of people with a gun, that they kill themselves at the end, or they're doing it because they want to kill themselves, but they're afraid to, so they know the police will shoot them. It's a very strange mindset. You know, before I was a nurse, I was a police officer.
They have some tension in mind.
They
Mental disease, mental problem.
sometimes, but I think for the children, sometimes they're just ridiculous, you know, teenagers, and they want attention, but they're not as seriously mentally ill as